Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm Vos. This is the beautiful one and only Tails. And today we have a 2-month update on the Kirinminer, the mining profitability. How many dollars did this make? What was the profitability in Bitcoin? And really just how has it been operating this and what does the future look like? I'd be over $500,000 if I can do math right. That's a lot. Tails, what do you think? What do you think of the Kirinminer? Before I crunch all the numbers with you, I want to get you back up to speed on the Kirinminer because it's been about 2 months since our first review video. Today we're going to be talking about the Kirinminer. If you have not watched that review video, you totally should. But if you forgot or you just refuse to, I'm going to get you up to speed on this miner, which is an FPGA miner, field programmable gate array, but not kind of the typical FPGA miner you may think of. Basically, this is an FPGA unit with ASIC chips, application-specific integrated circuit, which again are ASIC chips, not to be confused with a typical ASIC miner you may think of in cryptocurrency mining, such as the Bitmain Antminers. Speaking of ASIC miners, if you would like to buy or sell ASIC miners in bulk, please reach out to today's video sponsor, Scott Offord, who will be able to make that happen for you. He prefers to deal in bulk units, that's 10 plus. He also created CryptoMining.tools, one of the best Bitcoin mining profit calculators out there. What's really crazy about these Kirinminers is they are made by Silictec. Silictec is basically a sub-company of Waltonchain, and if you're unfamiliar with Waltonchain, basically they were originally an ICO and an Ethereum ERC20 token. They have now launched their own blockchain, which these miners are mining on. However, they are still trading on exchanges with the ERC20 token. They have not completed their mainnet swap yet, basically completely transitioning to their now native blockchain that is incoming, upcoming. I imagine that'll be done by the end of 2019. Last I saw that they were trying to get everything in sync with the exchanges, so it'll be more or less a seamless exchange. Was that too much exchange? This is why I need a writer. The point here though is that we have a sub company, so it's going to generate additional revenue, and whether or not that's a good or bad thing is up for you to decide. But no matter what, as a crypto miner, I think it's super interesting to see a coin that was originally a token move to their own blockchain, launch their own mining hardware. And while this may not be the most ideal way that some people would have maybe envisioned this, it's definitely way cooler than just staying a token, so I'm absolutely all for it. On the topic of Ethereum, before we get further into this review, I would like to thank an awesome furry donor out there for putting up some Ethereum to be given away. To enter this giveaway, all you have to do is drop your Ethereum address in the comments below on this YouTube video, along with answering one simple question: is how would you describe Tails' colors? Would you say, she's white, black, orange, red and sesame, or any other, combination of colors and words that you want to come up with? Simply describe her color and you'll be entered in the giveaway. As always, all winners are chosen at the end of the following month that the giveaway goes live. Tails, what do you think? What do you think of the Kirinminer? You like it? Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't think Tails likes it. But that's okay. Tails doesn't like most things. Let's jump into the meat of this video, the numbers. Let's talk it. Okay, so again, this is a 2-month update. It's been 2 months since I originally got this miner, and originally this miner was on track and projected to mine about $2,000 a month, which is freaking wild. Any way you put it, any way you price a miner, it's freaking crazy. Unfortunately, it has yet to even mine $2,000. However, before you guys freak out or call me a scam or them a scam or someone a scam, okay, here's what happened. Okay, Waltonchain, which is again the coin that this miner mines, has gone down in value. About over 33% drop in that value just over like the last month or so. That's a pretty significant drop. Those are going into the earnings. Just within my first 5 payouts of mining profits on this miner, the value of those has dropped about $500 just in those like 5 payouts alone. That's kind of crazy. You go through the rest of my payouts and you can quickly see that they continue to drop in value as Waltonchain dropped in value, because as currently all Waltonchain mine has been held in this same exact wallet address. What does that translate out into like today's values right now? Well, to date, minus the last payout, because it gives us more or less an even 2-month payout period to examine, we have mined about $1,700 at the current Waltonchain price. If you took the price that it was at when we started mining, it would be well over $2,000. But it's not that price. And you can't say, hey guys, I want to sell you this coin because when I got it, it cost this much, and yes, that's what I want for it. Absolutely not. The way cryptocurrency works, if somehow you don't know this, is coins are worth what they're worth at the time you sell them. So if I sell these today, they're worth $1,700. If Waltonchain goes up 10 times in value, well, guess what? If I sell them, they're worth 17 grand, which is just kind of wild to think about. If you'd rather talk Bitcoin and Satoshis instead of US dollars, then this value right now equates out to about 0.17 Bitcoin. And really, it's all just going to come down to numbers. How much Bitcoin could you have bought when you say bought this miner? Or if you had the Bitcoin or you had the Waltonchain tokens and you spent them on this miner, what would those be worth today? For example, if Waltonchain was worth $2-3 a coin and you bought it with this miner and Waltonchain is trading like right under $1 right now, well then guess what? You may have made a great play getting the hardware because you have income producing hardware, an asset that's creating additional assets for you. As always, there's so many variables at play when it comes to cryptocurrency mining, and new emerging miners. It's crazy. I just like to basically introduce these concepts to provoke thought and to help not only me, but also you analyze what would be the best ways to tackle mining, get into mining, acquiring miners, when, how, is it worth it to you, and so forth. To further elaborate on that topic, how much do these guys cost? If you bought an original one, you would have been paying about $6,400 in USD. You could have used Bitcoin, I believe, and also Waltonchain tokens. In comparison, the second batch was sold for about $4,000. And again, you could have used the same payment methods there. There has not been a third batch announced, sold, and delivered yet. However, the second batch has since been sold, manufactured, and delivered. Analyzing the numbers from when the second batch hit and what I'm mining now, basically it's cut my earnings in half, which was more or less to be expected because they're basically doubling the miners that we're going to be mining Waltonchain. Some people are upset about this, some people are not, because it's still basically one of the most profitable miners out there right now. If you want to buy one, you're welcome to contact Waltonchain. You're welcome to contact Alex, who's the USA rep for Waltonchain, but they're currently not selling one and they have not announced too many details about batch 3 yet. However, we'll always be giving you the latest updates and news on everything mining, which will include the Kirinminer Waltonchain mining. However, if you're curious how much money Silictec and Waltonchain have generated together by selling these Kirinminers, to date, it's about $2.5 million. And on the second sale, they sold about $1.3 million worth of hardware in 15 minutes on a Sunday. Okay, that's $86,000 a minute. A minute. Okay, you're lucky to make that a year, let alone a minute, a year. You know how many minutes are in a year? Because I can crunch some numbers and tell you. I'd be over 500,000 if I could do math right. That's a lot. Which equates out to 4.5 to a whole lot of millions, billions. Okay, if I understand numbers right. But basically, obviously, selling those miners indefinitely is unsustainable because of one, manufacturing, two, more importantly, saturating the blockchain, and thus the more miners you sell, the less profitability of each miner out there. Again, the pie is only like this big, and every miner is going to eat away at that same piece of pie. More miners, less earnings. It's the way cryptocurrency works. However, if Waltonchain goes up in value, then that pie is now much more valuable. And even if you're getting a smaller piece, if that smaller piece is now more valuable, well, then you're sitting in a pretty good spot. To elaborate further on the specifics of my Waltonchain Kirinminer, it was basically like a batch 1.5. The miner was not received as early as possible, but it was received a couple weeks before batch 2, so I got to see what batch 1 earnings were like, more or less, and I got to see, obviously right now, what batch 2 earnings are like. This miner, the way the Kirin pool, which is the only mining pool that these Kirin miners can mine on right now, one, it takes 3% fee, which sort of sucks, but they handle everything, including exchanging the mainnet tokens that you're mining into the ERC20 tokens that they're mining and paying those out, and performing audits to making sure that everything is taking place properly and they're not basically jacking up their chain. But yeah, so their mining pool does all that stuff. My miner is on that mining pool and it's solo mining within their pool. So every block my miner finds, I earn Waltonchain. And currently, after batch 2 miners have hit, my miner is mining about 6 blocks a day. Every block that it mines earns about 2.91 Waltonchain, which is 3 Waltonchain per block minus the 3% fee. So to date, it's mined over 640 blocks, which is pretty cool, pretty impressive to know that this miner has moved 640 blocks on the Waltonchain blockchain. That's just cool. A lot of miners, you know, say if you're mining stuff like Bitcoin, you're lucky to ever move a block. As far as the miner's performance, it's been hashing at the advertised speed or above it the entire time. The power draw has been under 100 watts the entire time. So it's a very low noise, low heat, and just a very small footprint of a miner. Honestly, this thing is really cool. I mean, look how big it is. You can just palm it in your hand right there. It's thick as 3 of my fingers, and it's pretty profitable. The downside is when you have a design like this, the manufacturing is going to be relatively centralized. Okay, not in the total spirit of cryptocurrency and decentralization. However, the current ASIC mining landscape is anything but decentralized. So I actually applaud them for making their own hardware for their own chain and actually selling it and, you know, giving out the numbers, and so we can analyze the hash rates and basically verify that, yeah, like this is pretty much as many miners as they have made and sold and are mining out there. Good luck doing that with any of the other popular cryptocurrencies in like the top 10, 20, whatever. My manager Tails is mad that this video has gone on so long, so I pretty much have been told to wrap this one up. Basically, you know, guys, the Waltonchain Kirinminer has been performing as it has supposed to have been. That was a poorly worded sentence. And, you know, they've made additional ones, they've manufactured them, they delivered them, they met their deadlines. They made it all happen. Some people are a little mad that basically it was advertised as you would ROI, you know, more or less break even in marketing terms on your original Kirinminers before the second one was sold and delivered. But for whatever reason that didn't happen, the second ones were made and pushed out. Not ideal, but again, you still have a pretty profitable miner in a pretty tough market. A lot of coins have decreased in, I mean, pretty much every coin other than Bitcoin has decreased in value recently. Bitcoin right now, you know, trade around $10,000. Everybody's got fingers crossed that it's going to break out, and with that, bring on all the altcoins, make it alt season and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, guys. We will see what happens. Again, these miners are not for sale on their third batch yet, which is a good thing for everyone that has them and a little frustrating if you don't. However, at the next latest opportunity that I find out about getting these, I will give you guys the update and you can evaluate it and see if it's something that you want to do and you want to take that risk, because keep in mind, everything in cryptocurrency is a risk. Nothing is ever guaranteed. So ultimately, the Kirinminer has not made nearly as much as I was hoping for and expecting. However, it is still a very profitable machine and I have high hopes for it. And I'm definitely not writing it off yet, and I will create another update in maybe a month or two on just the profitability of this miner and just kind of my ideas and outlook moving forward. So as always, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to view this video. If you did and you liked it, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. It makes all the difference in the world. As always, I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you on the next episode of VoskCoin YouTube channel. Good girl. Tails, are you a good girl? Are you a Shiba Inu? Are you a Shiba Inu? Are you a Shiba Inu? Are you popping a big stretch? Well, it's a promiscuous stance. I'll be home.